Today I'm going to prepare rice. I love rice, all types of rice. I'm particularly keen on Japanese rice. But today I'm going to experiment with Basmati rice. Basmati rice, the grains are thinner than Japanese or jasmine rice. And therefore I'm going to adjust some of my cooking methods and will soak it a little less, and will also this time round I'm going to try and prepare a very fragrant rice with lots of spices. I'm going to use saffron, cardamom, and maybe cloves even, and some peppers. So it's going to be one of those beautiful Indian style basmati rice dishes today. And I will also have grilled vegetables to go with it, and maybe even octopus, some seafood. So it's going to be an interesting one. So at the moment I'm trying to get, that's it, 100 grams. So I've got 100 grams of rice now, which I'm going to wash and very thoroughly, and then I'm going to soak it for 20 minutes. I normally soak my Japanese rice for 30, but with this rice, because it's much thinner grains and I know it absorbs water much quicker, so I'm going to soak it for 20 minutes. But I will wash it thoroughly, just like in all my other rice preparations. So if you want to watch a more detailed video on how to cook Japanese rice, I've got a more detailed video, so there will be links below. But this one is going to be fragrant basmati with spices and some grilled vegetables. So here's my rice. I washed it about 10 or 15 times, and you can see the water is very clear now, so there's no starches or impurities left. So I'm going to soak it now in this clear water for about 20 minutes. I think that should be enough. So I've got my nice mechanical egg timer, so it will stay there for 20 minutes, and then I will be adding my spices, saffron, cardamoms, peppers, and it will go on heat then. So my rice now finished soaking for 20 minutes. As you can see, it's become white, so it means it absorbed some water, and I'm going to add some of my spices. So I'm going to add 2 green cardamoms. They're very, very fragrant. I think for such small portion, I think even 2 might be a little on the high side. And I'm also going to add, because I'm adding more cardamom, but it's a different one. This one is a black cardamom. So it's got a slightly different flavor, more sort of smoky flavor, this one, the black one. I'm going to add 3 black peppercorns. And I'm now also going to grind my saffron. Before I put my saffron in there, I'm going to grind it gently like this. So my saffron absorbs this way very quickly. So saffron is in. And also I'm going to add cumin seeds. They're going to be fresh seeds, but I'm also going to grind them. And I've got wild thyme. Thyme creates an amazing umami, sort of herbal element, and I really like thyme generally. So because these are seeds, I'm also going to grind them in my tiny grinder to make them absorb, to release, not absorb, to release the flavors much easier. So I'm not going to grind them fully, but just, you know, so that the actual seed is releasing all of the flavors, and also to make that seed a little easier to consume. So here's my seeds. And also, I don't normally put salt in Japanese rice when I cook Japanese rice, because Japanese rice, they normally add soy sauce later, so that creates a nice. But with this rice, I am going to add some salt, because this is almost like a meal in its own right, just a touch. So this is my pink salt. And also, before I add water, I will actually add some olive oil. A lot of Indian cuisine style rice, spicy rice, they actually fry some of these spices in oil and then they mix the oil and rice. But in my case, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. If I've got some left. It's almost finished in this bottle. Oh gosh, yeah, this bottle is nearly finished. Well, that's the last whatever I had left in this bottle. Let's try if I have any more oil. I think I should have some. Yeah, there is a little bit more. So yeah, just a little bit more. And what this does, it actually works with spices, and it also makes the rice not too not break too easily. It sort of helps rice retain its shape a little, and I like it when it retains its shape. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add, this is 100 grams of rice, and I'm just going to add 100 milliliters of water, because again I don't. So I will also, so we've got some oil there now, and I'm also going to add some lime leaf and bay leaf. These are also fantastic. So I'm also now finally going to add 100 milliliters of water, and this is again for 100 grams of rice. I'm adding just 100 milliliters of water, 1 to 1, because again I don't want my rice to overcook. In some other cases you could add a bit more, and rice does absorb a lot of more water, but in this case I already soaked it, and again I don't want it to overcook. I will see if it's still too hard after this. I might add, so the water you can see is already getting it's getting yellow, golden yellow. That's from my saffron. So this is now going on heat for, I think I will give it about 10 minutes. That should be enough, or maybe even less. We'll see. So it is now on heat. I'm going to start boiling my rice, and then I will allow it to cook on very low heat for about 10 minutes. So yeah, you can also add other spices. If you want it more spicy, you can add masala or curries and other spices, but my goal here is to make it fragrant and at the same time gentle, because this rice is going to be used with other ingredients. I will have vegetables, I will have maybe seafood that will be consumed with it. So I don't want the rice to be too overpowering in terms of flavor, but at the same time I want it to be fragrant and interesting. So this is different from how I cook my Japanese rice. I normally want my Japanese rice cooked in plain water, no salt, nothing, just gorgeous delicious rice itself, because it's often then seasoned with soy sauce and other ingredients. So it's now beginning to start, it's beginning to boil now, and I will reduce heat and allow it to cook for 10 minutes, and then I can steam it a little longer for maybe another 5 minutes or so. But I think this should work. This is for the size of grains in this rice and how I prepared it in terms of washing and soaking. I think this is a good good choice of timings. Okay, so I'm going to cover it now and put it on low heat. Okay, so this is my cooked basmati rice, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. Look at this. It is important to mix it a little when you've finished cooking. This is simply to mix all the spices and all the ingredients. Sorry about the steam, but in terms of texture and what I wanted to achieve, this is exactly how I wanted it. So it's definitely a success. So please do follow these instructions, and I will even say that you don't need to cook it for 10 minutes. You can actually stop after about 5-6 minutes or so, and then you can just leave it steaming inside and it will turn like this, gorgeous. So this is absolutely fantastic. I really like it. And now I will be preparing my carrots for frying in olive oil, and I might also use some garlic in my with my carrots. These are baby carrots, and they actually look purple. They are slightly unusual carrots. They're not orange. They're purple. They're almost like beetroots. But these are actually carrots. Do believe me. Even though they're purple, these are baby purple carrots, and I think they will be delicious. So I'm just going to cut off all the greens, and with the rest of my carrots, I mean, they're so tiny, but I'm still going to split them like this into sections, because that will make them absorb oil much quicker and much easier. So here we are. So they will be split like this. It's very interesting. They've got this purple on the outside and white or beige on the inside. Very interesting. So here we are. Oh, this one is completely purple. Wow, I like these colors. So dark purple on the outside and bright purple on the inside. It's very interesting. This one, yeah, a bit of yellow on the inside. This one is purple. Nice. This one I'm just gonna leave as is. It's so tiny. This one and this one. Here we are. Okay, so I'm now nearly done with my preparing my carrots. Oh no, I've got some more. Sorry, I've got some more. Here we are. These were on the sides. Yeah, there's a few more. So now I am done. And I'm also going to, okay, so what I'm going to do, here are my gorgeous carrots. I'm going to gently steam them, and that will remove some remaining bits of soil on the outer side of them. Here we are. So that will be steamed. And while my carrots are steaming, I am going to peel my garlics. And with my garlics, I will do it by hand, just like this. So that will be added to my frying carrots. So here we are. The way I do it, just do it with my fingers. Here we are, just like this. And remove all the skins. It's really, really easy. When garlic segments are large enough, it's so easy to do it with your fingers. It's amazing. It's really good. I mean, there's a variety of techniques, but I find this one is the easiest and quickest. You don't need to crush them. You don't need, because when you crush them, you also end up having your knife or whatever else to wash later. Okay, this one. See, these smaller ones, they're a bit more difficult to deal with, but it's not too bad. The larger ones, just the skins just come off a little easier, like this. Yeah, there you go. And you can just use your nail as well too. That's it. Here we are. So okay, so my garlics are nearly ready, and they will go in my frying pan. Okay, I think my carrots are now, I need to drain the water quickly. Here you are. So these are my carrots. So I'm going to drain, oh my god, these waters, they look purple and blue, gorgeous. So now I'm going to add, oil. So I'm going to add oil, and I'm thinking maybe I should add butter. I think I will add butter. So my carrots will have butter instead of olive oil. So now I've got my carrots. Sorry about the steam. So my carrots are going to be gently fried in butter. Actually, I decided to go for butter because it will make them creamy, and butter has its own delicate flavor, so I decided it's going to be a good choice. And I'm going to use some kind of spices, and perhaps yeah, I think that's going to be a good addition. A little bit of lemongrass. So a little bit of lemongrass. That will create a nice flavor. So I'm glad the steam is now, my lens in the camera is not steaming anymore. So these are my carrots. They will be absorbing butter gently on low heat. And I read somewhere that carrots by themselves are quite difficult to digest, and also carotenoids, which are very useful for your eyes in the carrots, they're much easier absorbed when carrots are consumed with oils, because those vitamin A and carotenoids are better absorbed with oil rather than by themselves with water. So this is going to be very useful. And these carrots, they've got purple pigments in them. That's going to be very interesting and tasty. So I'm thinking what else I would want to add to these carrots. I just had an idea. I'm going to add a few mushrooms, but I'm going to add mushrooms a little later. Because mushrooms, they cook much quicker, and the carrots, they do need to absorb the oils and the flavors for now. Okay, I'm now going to add my mushrooms. My carrots are soft and almost cooked, so I'm going to add my mushrooms, fresh mushrooms. And these mushrooms, they will actually absorb all of the remaining oil and flavors from garlic, and it will be overall a very delicious combination. So mushroom, garlic and carrots. I will add some maybe pepper, some pepper spices later, and maybe other spices such as coriander. I think coriander will work really well. And what else? Coriander. And yeah, I think that will work really well. I don't want to add too much because different spices will start competing. So I think yeah, this will work. So I might add some black pepper now. So it's my black pepper mill. So yeah. So as you can see, my mushroom pieces are already absorbing all of the butter and oil from the frying pan, and my carrots are cooked by now almost. So these vegetables will have all of the flavors and oils absorbed. So this is fantastic. Yeah, I really like this vegetable. So these fried grilled vegetables can be then added to rice or any other vegetables and consumed as is, because it's almost like a delicious meal in its own right. It looks really, really good. So I'm now going to cover it for some more cooking under very low heat, and I would like to wish you bon appetit, and please do share your own interesting ideas on how to prepare rice or delicious vegetables, or any of your own interesting ideas on what to cook in these times when we're in lockdowns and pandemics. So okay, hopefully you liked this, and let me wish you bon appetit again, and we'll chat again soon.